can you tell us a bit more about your company, yourself, how are we doing, like what you do exactly, from where you started, and so on and so forth?
Yeah. So we've got retail furniture store. We run 1 to 2 trucks for deliveries, and the main goal was to basically get away from a flipping through a file folder, estimating just on the fly what we can add or whether or not we have to go to another day as far as deliveries, to maximize our routes each and every day.
Perfect. Now, probably not the best question, but who is your general clientele? Like, is it purely private homeowners or businesses, or?
Yeah, most of ours are just individuals. In our current location, we do probably 70% of our business are second homeowners. So they will live elsewhere and they travel here to vacation, or this second home is also a rental property or an income property for them. And we do a lot of business in condos and lake homes, that sort of thing.
Right. That's great. Um, like, what was a specific problem that you faced that led to you searching for something like Upper Route Planner? It could be literally like any other app, but like the moment when you thought that, hey, I need something like this software.
Yeah. The biggest thing is just as our business grew, having a week's worth of file folders to try to go through and find where we have time just became very cumbersome. So you make a sell, or we have a product that arrives, it's ready for delivery. It's not just a simple click a couple of links and you see a listing of where you're going to be and what kind of time frame you've got. It's okay, here's the 10 stops for this day. Let's put that into Google Maps. Then let's evaluate whether or not we can add another stop based off of the load that we've got. And then, we've got people that are scheduling not just a few days out, but a few weeks or even a month out. And that gets to be a lot harder to keep track of.
Right. Okay. So you do use the Upper Route Planner not just for optimization, but more so also as a planner or a scheduler for upcoming
basically
deliveries.
we would have, we've got the things scheduled all the way towards, upwards of a month to 2 months out. The customer that's when we're going to be back in town. That's when their house is scheduled to be completed, those sorts of things.
Right. Wonderful. It's amazing. So what was your process for deliveries or service calls before Upper Route Planner? That okay, and of course, this question also entails that: do you just deliver your furniture, or do you also have, like, okay, I have already delivered the furniture, there's some problem, I need to go back, or repairs out there?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
How did you manage it before, and do you do this as well?
Yeah. We've had 2 different systems before we switched over to Upper. The first, we just had a big board in the office with all of our delivery days for the week, and we just clipped the pages there, and that was all there was. Then that became inefficient because we had too many deliveries. So then we switched to a file folder system. And again, it's kind of the same concept. We just pull out, today's November 22nd. So we would pull out November 22nd's folder and we would know what we needed to do. Then throughout that day, we'd be prepping for the 23rd and that sort of thing.
Right. And do you also, like, a quick additional question here. So do you also go and repair stuff, and do you use the Route Planner for that, or it's just a complete separate thing altogether?
We have used it a little bit for service aspects. We have more of a separate team altogether that will handle that. But it is nice to know we can look through, a customer calls, hey, this table's not level. Okay, well, we've actually got a delivery crew that's going to be in your area tomorrow. it's just real quick and easy. We know it's not going to throw off their delivery route, because we want them to be focused strictly on that. If it's something that's going to take a lot more time, then we could see if there's a slot within the next week. But if not, then we know we need to pass it off to another team.
Right. Wow. Okay. Um, Now, what were the specific benefits you realized since you started using Upper Route Planner as a system? Like, okay, this was the before, now this is the after. Anything specific coming to your mind?
I mean, the main thing is just having a digital checklist as far as we can see where they are in the route. So they've got 5 stops in the morning run. We know that they're completed on the run and they're on their way back, or we know that they're still on their first stop and it's supposed to just take them 15 minutes there and it's an hour and a half later. Well, we know they're having issues, so we can kind of start to adjust the remaining part of the day to help them make up that time.
How is the customer or technical support from Upper Route Planner, and how has the team helped you, or has it helped you from day one? And what do you think about it?
It's been very good. I mean, our first call, we were able to chat for probably an hour to hour and a half just about what we were looking for, um, able to give feedback on what we like and don't like. And those are actually taken into account and building out new processes or concepts. Um, just to have that feedback process is nice.
Perfect.
Every employee is getting used to how to use it, that sort of thing. So it's definitely been beneficial for that. Everybody's got a baseline, and since this is kind of a baseline of this has to be done, then it forces them to do other processes just within the office to make sure Upper is ready to go, and the routes are set. So far, I've been very pleased with it. Obviously, learning new software, you run into headaches and issues, that sort of thing that you're just not used to using because we're used to using a file folder. And it's just, okay, let's throw that out. This doesn't necessarily have that functionality because it's saying, hey, this is what you've set and I'm going to make you stay here. And so like I said earlier, it keeps us on track of not overbooking and causing issues for my own employees.
That's really wonderful. Would you recommend this to others who you think would possibly get the most out of it, or even benefit the slightest from a Upper Route Planner? If
Yeah,
yes, any specific
yeah,
reason?
I would, just because it gives you a simple way to see your day-to-day routes, whether it's a consistent route that you always run, or if it's like how we do it, each one is a custom route. We have to put in, how long each stop's going to be. It just give you a visual of maximizing your day.
Absolutely.